Principal Aga Khan, the coaches, federation officials who are here, Ministry of Interior, represented by the ACC, athletes, good morning. I won't be speaking long because my voice is bad. Waziri, I wish to point out in 1 minute the great milestone that has come to this country courtesy of the Ministry of Sports. We wish to sincerely appreciate the fact that your ministry saw it fit to engage the Ministry of Education so that they work in conjunction. That's where the talent is. All federations tap directly from us, some without returns. All federations. The milestone activity started last year under Talanta Hela, yielded the World Cup team that went to the Dominican Republic. This activity we are witnessing today is home for nurture of natural talent at its earliest and best points. That too is a milestone for this country. We are for sure in the right direction. This camp represents a transition for youth talent, captured early and given premier skills by the best coaches as have been asked to stand. I didn't want to make very long speeches. We wish to very sincerely appreciate the work being done. Kenya Secondary School Sports Association is the organization that runs sports by multidiscipline. We operate from grassroots all the way to International School Sports Federation. Last year, this year, we presented a team, 2 teams for boys and girls under 17 at the World School Games in China, where the girls team reached the final and was position 2. Beating the likes of Germany, England, Brazil. Nearly 3/4 of the team in the Dominican Republic formed that team, meaning they were identified at the Pilot Talanta Hela Championship last year and the KSSA National and East African Championships. That's the direction this country is taking under your stewardship, and we appreciate. Allow me not to repeat myself. I wish to invite out here, purely for introduction, the members of the Kenya Secondary School Sports Association present. We were honored by Kenya Academy of Sports when they tapped into our talent and skills in management to run the activity. We are split in all the 4 camps, Mombasa, Kisumu, Eldoret, and Nairobi, for purposes of providing, that's one who is not coming out, for purposes of providing basically what we do at our best, managing youth and sports. They will say their names.
My name is Kiari Elijah, Regional Secretary, Eastern Region, and KSSA Executive Member.
Gikonyo Kariuki, the National Treasurer, Kenya Secondary School Sports.
Virginia Murage, Secretary, Central Region, and Executive in the National.
Mutwidi Deine, Secretary, Meru Region.
Timothy Moshere, Secretary, Tharaka Nithi County, and Member, Eastern Region.
Bernard Muya, Secretary, Kajiado County.
Bishar Bontore, Secretary, Northeastern Region.
Sophie Makoba, Secretary, Nairobi Region.
Kevin Bunyasi, Principal, Hostel Hill High School, hosting the Boys Village, and also Vice Chair, Nairobi Region Secondary Schools Sports Association. Thank you.
Finally, Waziri, my name is Maurice Okumu, the National Vice Chair. I deputize a gentleman I'm sure you know very well, called Kipchumba Murkomen of Kapsabet High School.
Thank you, Bwana Okumu. A big clap for Mr. Okumu. Waziri, as you have heard the introduction, we had quite a number of counties. Nairobi was catering for Northeastern, Eastern, Central, and Nairobi Metropolitan. I would now wish to request my CEO, Dr. Doreen Adhiambo, to come and make her remarks and then invite the chair to invite our guest.
Okay, our CS, Ministry of Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports, Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen, Chair of the Kenya Academy of Sports Council, Mr. Thuo Chege, let me start again. Our CS, Ministry of Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports, who is also our chief guest, Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen, Chair of the Kenya Academy of Sports Council, Mr. Thuo Chege, Ministry of Education officials present, our host, Aga Khan High School principal, principals of all hosting schools, Sports Federation officials present, our athletes from various sports disciplines from all over the country, invited guests, colleagues in sports, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm very delighted to welcome you all to this grand opening of the National Talent Camp that began on December 1st and is set to run up to 15th December. All athletes started reporting from 30th November. Before I go on, I'd like to invite all the staff of the Kenya Academy of Sports to stand up and wave to our guests and participants. Kenya Academy of Sports officials, staff. Okay, thank you. This camp brings together top talented athletes, their teachers, highly qualified coaches from various sports disciplines for 2 weeks intensive training. The athletes were selected, as you've been told, during the school games, regional and national school games, for both secondary, primary, and the challenge sports. This camp has been collaborative effort of Kenya Academy of Sports, Ministry of Sports, and Ministry of Education. It aims to nurture all young talents and provide a platform for budding athletes to refine their skills in preparation for national and international competition. For logistical purposes, the camp has been subdivided in 4 regions, hosted in Nairobi, Mombasa, Eldoret, and Kisumu cities. Nairobi has 1,400 athletes, with girls being accommodated at Parklands area and Laviton Girls Schools, boys being accommodated at Hospital Hill School. Kisumu has 600 athletes being accommodated at Kisumu Boys and Kisumu Girls Schools. Mombasa has 400 athletes, with girls being hosted at Mama Ngina Girls Schools and training at Shimo La Tewa School, while the boys are being accommodated and training at Mombasa Baptist High School. Eldoret has 600 athletes, with boys being accommodated at Moi Girls Eldoret and girls at Hill School Girls Secondary School. 11 sports disciplines are being focused on during this camp, namely athletics, football, basketball, volleyball, swimming, rugby, hockey, tennis, table tennis, kabaddi, and chess. Furthermore, this year we have onboarded disability sports to ensure inclusivity in sports talent development. These include wheelchair basketball training at Nyayo Stadium, amputee football training at Hospital Hill, goalball and kabaddi training at CAS headquarters, deaf basketball training at Parklands Area School. The objective of this camp is to provide top-notch training to students under the guidance of Kenya's most accomplished coaches And the camp aims at providing platform for nurturing and sharpening of sports talents among the young athletes, to provide opportunities for scouting of superior talents by local and international sports stakeholders. After this training, we'll have a lead camp where the very best of you, we are inviting international scouts to come and scout among you. So do your best so that you are spotted during the trainings, these 2 weeks trainings. So we also aim to promote positive socialization and integration and impact life skills and mentorship training to the athletes. We'll have the Kenya Commercial Bank or KCB coming to offer some life skills and financial training to all the athletes. We'll also have the ADAC coming to teach about anti-doping in sports. As you're aware, the Kenya Kwanza government has promised to spur growth of sports in the country. This commitment includes identifying and nurturing talent from bottom up. The Kenya Academy of Sports, therefore, has laid strategies to tap grassroots talent through various initiatives being spearheaded by the ministry. Among the programs being tailor-made for school-going children during the holiday camps that will sharpen skills and competitive performance for thousands of selected sports across the country. I wish to most sincerely thank the schools that are hosting these athletes and hope that we will continue partnering in future. The Ministry of Education, therefore, is a key stakeholder in this activity. They've helped us in coordinating the athletes from various centers, getting the teachers to accompany the athletes to come to various centers and to host the camp. We're very grateful to Ministry of Education for this matchless support. I also wish to thank the Sports Federation, Kenya Secondary School Sports Association, Kenya Primary School Sports Association, and Scouts, who undertook the talent selection exercise for their support in actualizing this camp. We appreciate the coaches who have been selected in the various sports federations to come and undertake training of these athletes. We hope the coaches will give their best with a view to starting to feed our national teams with the graduates from this training. Going forward during this training, we hope to select the best and outstanding students among the 3,000 who have been invited to enroll them in further specialized training programs, which will be announcing in due time. We look forward to having an exchange program with other countries for the creme de la creme that will be found from among yourself. Finally, I wish to sincerely thank the Waziri and the entire Ministry of Sports for providing the funding that will be used for this camp. I also wish to thank the Waziri for fast-tracking the review of the Sports Act 2013 to address the apparent gaps and lapses in the sports governance, but also to align the sports law with current trends and realities. You've passionately championed the funding of the academy and for development of sports talents, and we are grateful. With those few remarks, I wish to call our chairman to come and give his few remarks before inviting our chief guest. Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Good morning, everybody. Waziri, thank you for finding time to be with us this morning. I would also like to thank officials of your ministry for the support they have given us in this endeavor today. Coaches, I am extremely grateful. Teachers and students, hamjambo. This is a beautiful collaboration between the public sector and private sector, and we are very grateful to Aga Khan School and other schools who are partnering with CAS in ensuring that this talent camp goes on throughout the country. As you are well aware, this has been rolled out in Mombasa, Kisumu, and Eldoret. And one of the most important things about sport is it is a unifier of communities, and it breaks socio and political barriers. We are grateful, all of you students who have found time and enabled yourselves to get here for this camp. We are very grateful. Our desire is to have these games every holiday if we can. As a parent, I can tell you, and I know this one, I share this sentiment with the CS, since we have young families, keeping these athletes busy during the holidays is critical, especially in this age where everybody wants to be on a screen. When we grew up, we spent our time doing games, running, football, etc., etc. And that is where we want to go to as a country. Other than that, to the amputees, we have been instructed by Waziri, and we will be following his instructions to ensure that we get you the right kit to play with next time. Lastly, I would really like to appreciate the effort that has gone into putting these teams together. Other than that, KSSA and KSPA and CAS, as soon as these games are over, after we break for Christmas, we will come together and agree on a roadmap for 2025. And it is my sincere hope that by the 30th of January, we will have seen Waziri with a roadmap of 2025, and he will invite his colleague from the Ministry of Education so that we can sign an MOU on how we are going to work together. Other than that, I really look forward to watching this talent as it is developed. Waziri has promised me that he will find time between now and when we break for Christmas to visit the other camps that are going on in Mombasa, Eldoret, and Kisumu, as his diary will allow. And I would like to sincerely thank you, Waziri, because when we sat together, I think about 8 weeks or so ago at CAS, when you visited us, you said we should emphasize on young athletes in school because this is where our talent is. And you can see within that short time, your team and my team have put this lovely show together, and we are grateful. It is now my singular honor to invite you, Waziri, to come and officially declare these games open. Asante sana.
Thank you very much, Chair. The Chair of the Kenya Academy of Sports, Madam CEO, the leadership of the Kenya Secondary School Sports Association and the Kenya Primary Schools Sports Association here present, the coaches, the students, good afternoon. No, it's still good morning, right? Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Habari zenu? How are you guys? You are sports people. You should be more energetic. Habari zenu? Yeah, now that sounds like, yeah, very good. Thank you very much, chess player. Yeah, the chess team. Mr. Chair of Kenya Academy of Sports and CEO, first of all, I want to thank you for actualizing the dream of many Kenyans, and particularly the ministry, and my own dream to make sure that we have the students converging in the 4 cities of our country for purpose of this training. To start with, I want to say that as a ministry, we are excited to be partnering with the secondary schools and the Ministry of Education to make sure that our students, the top talent that we have in the country, is brought together from different institutions to make sure that they are recognized, but also they are sharpened and their skills are honed, and make sure that each one of them is going to have an opportunity to grow their talent so that we achieve our objective of Talanta Hela. I want to thank these students because of their hard work in the various schools across the country. I am glad to know that nearly 3,000 young people in Mombasa, in Nairobi, in Kisumu and Eldoret are in this season for the next 2 weeks training together in different disciplines. We have football, we have rugby, we have volleyball, we have amputees football, we have chess. I have also seen here, which other team, basketball. And as we continue, even in the next year, we'll make sure that the discipline, and of course we have athletics who are here, and we want to make sure that in the next year, we enhance this by making sure that more disciplines are included, including table tennis and among others, and lawn tennis among others. Our objective, again, is to move away from as a Kenya Academy of Sports, I have requested the Academy to concentrate on growing talent among the young people and leave the older ones who have graduated from this level to move to be managed and grown by the various federations. But at this very young age, we want the Kenya Academy of Sports to concentrate on training and growing the talent, and the tournaments and the competitions that are national in nature that we wanted to do, that we did last year, though good as they may be, we have enough sponsors and we have enough people. We have county governments, we have the federation, they can do the bigger tournaments. But we want the academy to concentrate on supporting these young talent that are in both secondary school and the primary schools. This is really our focus. Even as we review the Sports Act and the sports policy, we want to make sure that eventually we are clear on the roadmap and the pathways for every sports person here through primary and secondary schools. And we want to see how then, after that level, how the colleges and the universities are going to take over, and the federations as we proceed as a country. We want to be very clear in this policy and law. And therefore, I look forward to the report of the task force that will come to me in the next 2 months, and the eventual report in the next 5 months, because it is now 1 month has elapsed since we established the task force. So within the next 5 months, we should have a report, which is a draft policy, and we should have a legal framework that help guide us. And that task force is multidisciplinary. It includes officials from the sports sector and the leadership at the top level of the sports. I want to encourage the Kenya Secondary School leadership here, Maurice and your team, and I want to encourage also the primary school leadership that are here to engage the task force and give your views. And I will also ask the task force to make sure they engage you so that we fashion a policy framework that is going to help us to grow young talent in the country. The other thing I'd like to say here is that we know that this process of identifying teams that are coming to train here was done by Kenya Academy of Sports with the schools, leadership of the sports in high school and secondary schools, in primary schools. I want to request that we also incorporate, as a Kenya Academy of Sports, I give direction that you need to have a proper technology application in terms of sourcing of the talent, so that the process of getting the talented young people is transparent. We want to make sure that it's as transparent as possible and is able to capture all the people we need across the country. We are training 3,000 now. I want us to put the budgetary process in place to make sure that next year we do about 10,000 young people across the country. And that is possible. It is possible because we will create more centers. We can create 10 centers across the country, and we'll make sure that we at least every center has at least 1,000, so that we have 1,000 young people be going through this process of training. I want also to request the federations, and we need to sit and sign an MOU with the federations so that they send the scouts and the federation officials in all the camps where we will have, and the talent is identified as early as possible, put in the database as we already have it in the Kenya Academy of Sports, and then when we are selecting teams under 13, under 15, under 17, under 20, the teams for Olympics and the teams that will play for national teams as the senior teams, they all come through this process of identification of talent. And if we bring ourselves together, you know, the problem why we have this competition is because everybody wants to be seen that who is going to take the credit. And we can do so much as a country, and we can do so much for our young people if we don't care who takes the credit per se. So we need to come together as Kenya Academy of Sports, the secondary schools, the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Sports, as the federations. If we are able to bring all these teams together, we should be able to establish a pathway for our young people in all disciplines that are going to have an opportunity to exercise their talent and make money from that talent, and as they grow. I want also to say that as part of our plans in the ministry and as part of the execution of those plans, Kenya Academy of Sports has been given directions to work with all the coaches across the country and train them in all the schools in our country. As the Kenya Academy of Sports, you don't need to wait for December to train the coaches. That should be ongoing from January all the way, so that you don't. I was in the field with you, we trained together. I want to, in my next life, when I retire, I should be able also to invest in owning an academy, because so that children can be hanging around myself as they come for training. I want to encourage Kenyans. I want to encourage Kenyans, especially those of you who have resources. The reason why in developed nations they have the best teams is because those who have been blessed by God to have money are building academies in their countries and giving a chance to children from humble background to come and train in those academies. And eventually they are able to produce very good teams across their nations. I want to request those people who have money, companies that have resources, banks, telecommunication companies, and various other investment companies that we have in this country. Please, I want to request all of them as part and co-part of their community CSR to make sure that they have sports academies of different disciplines and give a chance to young people who are from humble background to train, as we see here, so that they can grow their talent and create resource and make money from the talent that they have. I thank you very much for listening to me. I look forward to, again, seeing you next year. Those of you who are still young, but the others who have are progressing, I look forward to seeing you running for your country, playing for your country, and making sure that you are making your country proud in different places in the world. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki. Thank you very much. I now declare this camp, hosted in various schools across the country, that we have officially launched these camps. And if I don't see you soon, I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you very much.
He is the one behind all what we are doing. Wasiri just